All right, here we are, guys, and setting up for hole number 4 here. And the way that I'm going to go pretty precise with the way that I go about playing this one. So, you just really need a drive that's going to put you out there in the fairway somewhere. So that should suffice for, what you need to have happen. And, you really don't need the most length, especially with this tailwind. What I'm going to do, very marginally top spin it, just enough to make sure that, I do land on the other side in the fairway. That's going to be kind of my key. I'm going to play very close to my max ring adjustment for my shot here. And as you can see, very, very gently with the overpower. It's nothing that's going to, risk going long. And here you can see that it just hops up, hits the fairway, and just kind of rolls up kind of into the center for a nice long iron shot. Now, the way that you're going to have to go about doing that, especially with the long iron, it's going to be kind of touch and go. I'm going to use a probably a rough bump shot, but it's really not it's not too makeable. You can get lucky and get it to work out, but it's going to be very, 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 very tricky to get a rough bump to work. The other shot that you guys have probably seen happen is there's a cliff shot that we can go off of. Just kind of aim towards the cliff. There's not going to be really anything makeable for most of the users unless we try to top spin it up into that other fairway. So it's going to require a very good driver, a POC 5 or higher. And so that's one of the reasons that I just trying to, stay away from it, at least for the short term. But here you can kind of see what we're looking at. We have to be very precise with the way that we hit the right surfaces, and especially with the way that they roll out. So here you can see maybe around 3 top spin or so. And I'm going to use my min ring adjustment, which will be kind of half of a target here. So about 5 rings for this case, which is about 1.6-ish per ring. And here you can see that it's not going to actually follow that guide. It's just going to kind of check up. It's going to be very, very challenging to actually get a good, consistent run out on this, because you can see, it's going to be very dependent upon where the second bounce hits, like how much into the face that it hits. It's going to be very, very touch and go, hard for you to get a consistent result. The only thing that I can say about what I just did, it's going to be safe, and you're going to be, keep it safe from the rough and all that, as opposed to here you can see my opponent actually getting a little aggressive with, a backspin shot where you could potentially run yourself into trouble. So in any regard here, I'm just going to go ahead and quit out here, start getting some negative strokes going. Good luck with that 4th hole. Another alternate approach would be, going off the rocks. I might try to get you guys an updated guide to where I try to drive it to the last fairway up there, because that is going to be what's ideal. If you want to make this one, it's going to be, that's going to be your best bet. Other than that, I'd kind of recommend something that has at least 3 top spin. Keep it in mind that if you're not careful with the hops, you can run through the back of the green and potentially put yourself in trouble. So you do got to be a little tentative with that pitch, the way that you saw me do. I was trying to, anticipate the short guide as opposed to full top spinning it and being like, oh, well, here's one bounce that seems to be working. Well, what if you don't get that bounce and then it runs all the way through? With 5 top spin, you might wind up in the back sand. So just things to be thinking about when you go about doing that. In any regard, good luck with that hole, guys, and catch you guys on the next one.